For the 7th year, the world marks Malaria Day for a disease that's been killing hundreds of thousands every year and goes on killing. The latest estimate, 627,000, mostly children aged less than 5. Last year, transmission was active in 97 countries, many of them the sub-Saharan countries that get 80% of donor funding to roll back malaria. From the Global Fund, the World Bank and the U.S., malaria funding from a peak of $1.6 billion continues to pour in to strengthen health systems, provide treatment and boost prevention. Thousands of new cases emerge every year. New required testing indicates between 30 and 40% of fevers could actually be malaria. The rest of them being treated as malaria is responsible for fears of possible resistance building against artemisinin, the new choice first-line drug for malaria. Increasingly, attention turns to mosquitoes, the vector that transmits malaria.
You've not killed the mosquitoes. The only way to get rid of mosquitoes completely, like it is in the western part of the world, America, Europe, is that the mosquitoes have died. They've been killed right from their egg forms, and so they don't reproduce anymore. So to those people, the mosquito parasites are strange. But for us here, as long as mosquitoes continue to breed, there's no way we can run away from malaria. We're just all going to keep having malaria.
Nigeria turns its focus from control to eradication with plans for nationwide larvicide, killing of mosquitoes at egg stage and permanently stopping them from reproducing. The larvicide program has been on the board since 2011, and talk about use of controversial chemical DDT could not reach a head when African heads of state met last year in Abuja.
How I deal with malaria, when we are at home, we have mosquito net.
Sleep on that mosquito net?
We have a mosquito net in the window and the doors. So we always close our doors and keep the surroundings clean.
And when was the last time you had malaria or your baby?
My baby, since I gave birth to her, there's nothing like malaria.
And she's how old?
She's going to 3 years now. So
she has not had malaria?
No.
It is functional and more than 60 million nets have been distributed so far, but health authorities know and admit that nets are only a stopgap, as is rising calls for environmental sanitation.
The environment, number one, is really a concern, because when the environment is clean and when there is no stagnate of water, the mosquito will not be generated and it will not affect member of my family. So,
do you think people are lazy to keep the environment clean?
Yeah, people are lazy of it.
7 years on, despite reported progress against malaria, countries still need ever more funding to tackle the disease and its vector.